Live from Fargo and serving you on TV, online, and on the go. This is Valley News Live at 5:30.
And then all of a sudden it hit the ground and it just exploded, and you could feel the heat like hit your face instantly.
Neighbors of the nearby tracks reflect back, remembering the massive fireballs bursting into the sky 2 years ago in Castleton, North Dakota. 2 trains derailed, one carrying crude oil, causing multiple explosions and a huge emergency response. It was a day that also brought national attention to our state. Good evening and thanks for joining us tonight. Andrea has the evening off. In just the past year, another train derailed in almost the same spot near Castleton. That time the train was carrying lumber, not oil. Luckily, no one was injured in either derailment, but it's left a lasting effect on the people and surrounding communities. Valley News Team's Ashley Bishop spoke with people in Castleton today about the changes they have seen since that thick black smoke and all those explosions rocked their town.
Seeing it explode and not knowing what to do or how to react.
A surreal experience is what best friends Lily and Hannah say the train derailment felt like to them. The 2 teenagers saw the trains tumble over just a half mile from Lily's bedroom window.
Yeah, you could feel it in my room, and then I was just kind of shocked. Like, I didn't really say anything. We just kind of went and got people.
The Castleton fire chief says it's hard to believe 2 years have passed, but since then, his fire crew, along with others across the state, have gone through training on derailments and learned what to look for on oil tankers. Castleton ambulance volunteer Kenneth Haberger says he remembers getting called out to the scene and seeing the black smoke fill the sky.
Went through your mind that there's a lot of explosive material in that train.
First responders and those living nearby in Castleton say it doesn't feel like 2 years since the derailment. They say that there has been one big change that they have seen in their community, an awareness of what could happen when living next to the tracks.
A lot more awareness, a lot more training, a lot more grouping of various entities, fire, police, ambulance, emergency management, both county and state.
Lily's mother, Brandy, says she has seen more inspections on the tracks in the past 2 years, adding the town's way of thinking has changed.
I think just people's awareness of potential dangerous situations. You know, you sit at the railroad tracks waiting for the trains to go by and just watching it and kind of back up a little bit further.
In Castleton, North Dakota, Ashley Bishop, Valley News Live.
A BNSF spokesperson says last year they sent more than 1,000 first responders to hazmat training across the state. Well, today in Castleton, Senator Heidi Heitkamp toured the volunteer ambulance service, praising them for their work. Heitkamp says she's been fighting to increase federal funding to support training and equipment. She says in addition to more track inspections and warning systems, the feds now require new oil tankers.
So the 111s are being phased out. We're seeing the stronger 1232s. In some of the accidents and derailments that we've had, we've seen those cars derail where there hasn't been a fire, which is good news. We're going to see how this transitions. Obviously, the need for more rail cars has slowed down as we've seen this glut in the oil industry, so it gives us a chance to catch up.
The final report for the 2013 derailment has not been released yet by the NTSB. Now, BNSF has said the one train had a broken axle, causing for the oil train to collide into it. It was a beautifully sunny day out there today and a beautiful looking sunset. But man, those temperatures are making it feel chilly. Let's go to meteorologist Robert Hahn for the details on how low it'll go tonight. Robert?
Yeah, after some very early morning snow, we saw plenty of sunshine out there, but as you mentioned, it's chilly out there. That sun didn't warm us up too much at all. Fortunately, though, winds relatively light, but enough to create a bit of a bite to the air. Right now, 17 in Fargo and in Bemidji, 14 Grand Forks. It's as cold as 7 in Valley City. Now you factor in those light winds, and we do have some wind chills below 0, including Valley City at -5. 3 below in Devil's Lake, 14 up in the Grand Forks area, 1 in Thief River Falls and in Langdon. A bit of the break in the clouds right now, but more clouds move in as we head through the overnight hours and through the day on your New Year's Eve. Underneath those clouds, not a whole lot, but can roll out an isolated flurry late tonight and maybe even 1 or 2 isolated flurries as we head through your Thursday. Here in Fargo, as we head through the rest of the evening, look for some quiet conditions. Temperatures slowly dropping off through the mid-teens at the 7 o'clock hour into the lower teens by 8 and 9 o'clock. Lots of clouds around, and again, unfortunate because it looks like the northern lights could be out later on tonight. So if you do see some breaks in your area, take a gander to the north and you might see those. We've got some nice warm weather as we start 2016. How warm do we get? We'll let you know in just a few minutes.
Northern Lights, kind of like fireworks from Mother Nature for the new year.
Absolutely. Yep.
All right. Thank you, Robert. A chainsaw was needed to cut through this ice after a crash on I-94 near Fergus Falls. Sergeant Jesse Grabo with the Minnesota State Patrol says a pickup pulling a trailer ran off the road into a slough. A towing crew had to be used with a chainsaw to cut through the ice, but thankfully nobody was hurt here. An arson fire earlier this month at the Somali-operated Juba coffee shop in Grand Forks made national headlines today. The Washington Post has an article saying, in part, heated rhetoric and world events leave Somali refugees and their new neighbors afraid of each other. As Valley News Team's Neil Carlson shows us, though, Grand Forks Mayor Mike Brown is adamant, saying the city and its residents are doing just fine when it comes to dealing with diversity.
Violent incidents against Muslims have spiked across the country during the past week. In Houston, a fire was started at a mosque on Christmas Day. The next day, someone threw a Molotov cocktail at a doorway of the Islamic Center in Tracy, California. However, Mayor Mike Brown says despite the recent arson fire at the Somali-operated coffee shop in Grand Forks, he doesn't see relations between ethnic groups here as a big problem.
I think we have a great relationship with our different parts of our community. I think we have great communication. The mayor's office is always open, and they come in and we come in and visit, and we attend their activities. So I think we have a very good relationship with our diverse group of citizens.
Today, Grand Forks police say they still have no evidence linking Matthew Gust of East Grand Forks, the suspect charged with the arson fire at the Juba coffee shop, to racist graffiti found on the door a few days before the fire. And Mayor Brown points out this was an isolated incident, allegedly committed by a person who's not even from Grand Forks. He says overall the city is doing a good job in dealing with its diverse population.
Well, I'm looking forward as we continue the diversity discussion in our community, because it's real, and we have differences and we have similarities, and I think we have many more similarities than differences. And I think as a community, our job is to provide a safe place, empower our youth, and let everyone be engaged and have employment. So I think as a community, I think we're doing very well.
Police say if this arson fire is determined to be a hate crime, it will be the only one on the books against Muslims during the past year. In Grand Forks, Neil Carlson, Valley News Live.
Nationwide, the Council on American-Islam Relations says that there have been more acts of damage, destruction, and vandalism at mosques this year since they began tracking the problem in 2009. If you want to read the Washington Post article, we have it online. Just go to valleynewslive.com and click on this story. A building that has outlived its usefulness, officers struggling to respond to calls for service as quickly as possible. It's all just part of a growing list of struggles for the Moorhead Police Department. The department is in desperate need of a new, larger facility and more officers. And Chief David Ebinger says they've got the funding now for 3 more in 2016.
We've been lucky. In the instances where we can't get there in a time frame that I think is acceptable, nobody's gotten hurt. Nobody's gotten injured. There's been no major consequences as a result of that. Police departments don't run on luck.
Coming up tonight at 6, hear more from the Moorhead Police Chief about why the massive growth in Moorhead is both a blessing and a struggle when it comes to keeping people safe. Some BNSF employees are going to be temporarily out of a job, according to a company official. In a statement today, spokesperson Amy Macbeth says customers' needs are down, which is resulting in these layoffs. Macbeth added that they hope to bring employees back as soon as business improves. At this time, no specific layoff numbers or locations could be released. However, some reports say there could be up to 100 laid off. A shocking announcement is leaving many college students here locally feeling left in limbo. Globe University in Moorhead is going to close its campus. They're no longer accepting applications for new students, but a representative from the university says they won't close until current students graduate. They say enrollment rates have been declining and say fewer people are going to college now, but The school has been accused of misleading many students about their job prospects after graduation. Students received an email from the university today. If you want to read it, go to valleynewslive.com and click on this story. Whether it's the Christmas decorations, maybe some paper, or just your junk drawer, families are thinking about getting organized for the new year. Organizing expert Miss Simplicity says start tasks small. If you want to declutter your kitchen, stick to doing one drawer or cupboard at a time. When going through important papers and mail, organize it by what needs to be done first and put all things into an easy to access filing cabinet.
You want to have little successes along the way and little celebrations as well. So when you get the family involved and you're decluttering, have like a little family fun activity at the end and celebrate the successes.
When cleaning things up after Christmas, it's a good idea to have an empty box for the family to add items to that could be donated instead of cluttering up your house. Well, coming up.